There are towns that time forgets to leave. Kaysen is one of them. Tucked between two rivers at the base of a cedar mountain. It has no train station, no department store, no reason to be on any map that matters. What it has is water, steady, unhurried, indifferent to seasons. The old watermill at the edge of town turns day and night. It has turned for 60 years. The man who tends it has kept it turning for 20 of those. Not because it is profitable, and not because anyone asks him to, but because he gave his word. And to Hiroshi, a word given is a word kept. Hiroshi had not always been a quiet man. 22 years ago, he had been loud with life. He had laughed easily, argued about football in the evenings, and built this very mill with his own hands alongside his wife, Emiko. She had kept the books. He had kept the gears. Together, they had kept each other. Emiko died 11 years ago, a winter illness that came without mercy and left without explanation. The town mourned with him for a season, then moved on, as towns do. Hiroshi did not move on. But he did not fall apart either. He returned to the mill. He kept the gears turning. He kept the accounts the way Emiko had taught him. He went to church on Sundays, not loudly, not with raised hands, but with the stubborn regularity of a man who had decided that grief would not take his faith too. Madame Reiko, who watched most things in this town from her inn window, once said of him, "Hiroshi does not wear his faith on his sleeve. He wears it in his shoes, and he walks in it every single day." Dr. Ando had been asking questions for 30 years that no one could satisfactorily answer. He had trained in the city, seen enough suffering to fill several lifetimes, and returned to Kaysen because something in him still loved small places. He was not hostile to faith. He was simply honest about his distance from it. He attended church occasionally, on Christmas and on the anniversary of his mother's death, and the rest of the year kept his doubts polished and private. One evening in October, he sat at the inn with a cup of sake and a weariness that had no medical explanation. "Reiko," he said, "do you ever wonder if any of it is real? The faith, the praying, all of it." Madame Reiko set down her cloth. She poured herself a cup. She sat across from him. "I used to wonder," she said. "Then I watched Hiroshi for 11 years. I stopped wondering." "What do you mean?" She looked out the window at the dark river. "A man who has every reason to abandon something and doesn't, that is not habit. That is not routine. That is a man who has found something worth holding, and I have never once heard him explain it. He simply lives it." In November, the town council announced that the old mill would be decommissioned. A development company from the city had purchased the land. The payout offered to Hiroshi was generous, enough to retire comfortably. Everyone expected him to take it. Pastor Yuki visited him the morning after the announcement. She found him at his workbench, as always, making repairs. "You've heard," she said. "I've heard." She sat on a crate across from him. "What will you do?" He set down his wrench. He was quiet for a long time. "When I built this mill, I made a promise to the town. Not a legal promise, a personal one, that I would keep it running as long as it was needed." "Is it still needed?" 3 families downstream still use the water regulation it provides. "Yes, it is needed." "Then you'll fight the council?" "I will speak the truth to the council," he said carefully. "I'll leave the fighting to God." Pastor Yuki looked at him for a long moment. She had known this man through funerals and floods, through cold winters and lean seasons. She had never once seen him act from anything other than a settled, quiet certainty. "You know," she said softly, "I think your faith embarrasses mine. Don't let it. Just keep going." Hiroshi appeared before the town council on a gray Thursday morning. He did not bring a lawyer. He did not bring a petition. He brought 2 things: a handwritten letter from the 3 downstream, families who depended on the mill's water, regulation, and 40 years of records. Every repair, every cost, every season logged in Emiko's careful handwriting and then his own. He spoke for 11 minutes. He did not raise his voice. When he finished, the room was quiet in the way rooms go quiet when something true has been said. The council voted to delay the decommissioning pending an environmental review. It was not a victory, not yet, but it was a door left open. Afterward, Dr. Ando stopped him on the stone bridge outside. "I've been watching you," the doctor said, with the awkward directness of a man not used to saying soft things. "I came back to this town because I thought I was running away from faith. I think I came back to watch yours." Hiroshi looked at the river below them. "Then you've been watching the wrong man," he said. "Watch the river. It doesn't choose to keep flowing. It simply does. That's all I do." The environmental review took 6 months. In those 6 months, the watermill kept turning. Hiroshi kept his routine. He repaired what broke. He logged what happened. He attended church on Sundays quietly, without performance. He shared meals with Reiko at the inn on Friday evenings. He allowed Dr. Ando to begin joining them, asking his long-postponed questions, slowly and without urgency. Faithfulness is not a feeling. It is a direction. It is what happens when you have decided. In Kaizen, the rivers still run. The mill still turns. And a man who gave his word to a town, to a calling, and to a God still tends to the things in his care, because that is who he chose to be. Long before anyone was watching,